4 high schools, 7 middle schools, 1 college, and a university, and much more. Now introducing your most comprehensive weekly local sports show in Madison County, the Richmond Register Sports Show. The Richmond Register Sports Show is brought to you by MetroNet, superfast internet, simply a better connection. Central Kentucky Pressure Washing, Total Comfort, heating and air conditioning. Let Total Comfort keep you cool or warm this winter. Call for service or for a free replacement quote. And by kymedia.net, digital media solutions on your terms. Here's your host for all things local sports, the Richmond Register sports editor, Nathan Hutchinson.
Welcome to this week's edition of the Richmond Register Sports Show. My name is Nathan Hutchinson. I'm the sports editor of the Richmond Register, and we very much appreciate you guys checking out our show this week. Here in just a minute, we will have Colton Combs and Kent Lewis from the EKU Bass Fishing Program on. They'll be talking not only about the EKU Bass Fishing team, but also club sports in general over at Eastern. Eastern offers a bunch of different club sports that kids can get involved in, and a lot of local kids here do, from baseball to archery, ice hockey, all kinds of good stuff over there. So we appreciate them taking their time to come over here and talk to us, and we'll be cutting to that in just a minute. But first of all, we like to start off this show like we start off every show, and that's with a recap of the week that was in Madison County sports. And literally just a couple of hours ago got back from my trip to Cullowhee, North Carolina, where the EKU football team picked up a 31-28 win over Western Carolina in the season opener. A great game on a wonderful, beautiful night up in the mountains of Western North Carolina, and didn't start off too well though for the Colonels. Western Carolina scored on their first 2 possessions, but the Colonels were able to hold them to field goals instead of touchdowns, so EKU was down 6-0. They trailed 13-7 just before the half when personally what I consider the biggest play of the game happened when the Catamounts were driving toward the end zone, and Roy Baker, transfer from Buffalo, came up with an interception, and he returned that 70 yards. And 6 plays later, Deshaun Hewitt scored the second of his 3 touchdowns on the night, and that put EKU in front at halftime, and they never trailed again. And it was got a little hairy there at the end. Western Carolina had scored a late touchdown and then got the ball back and actually attempted a 56-yard field goal on the final play of the game, but luckily it was wide right and well short. So, all right, well, after the game we got a chance to talk to EKU coach Walt Wells, and I have to kind of warn you guys about this video. It's post-game at Western. They had a big fireworks display and a big band concert as well, so we didn't have a really good place to do a post-game interview, so we ended up doing this in the bathroom of the EKU locker room. So I apologize for that, but Walt Wells was kind enough to take a few minutes afterwards to talk to us, so we appreciate that. And here's what Walt had to say after a 31-28 win over Western Carolina in the season opener.
All right, we're here in Cullowhee, North Carolina with EKU coach Walt Wells. 31-28, exciting win. Man, that last couple minutes there was a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah, it was. We got to do a better job of putting people away and playing error-free football. We gave them some opportunities to come back. No discredit to them. They're a good football team. They did some good things. They've recruited well, guys that know their system on offense and came in and played well in that system. And I'm sure they're really proud of their efforts. You're disappointed in the loss, but I'm proud of our guys for fighting till the end. 60 minutes, with the win, it's a good thing. It's good for us to play that long and have to be in a situation like that. It can only help us down the road.
Yeah, so many plays here and there to make a difference, but it's 13-6. They're driving deep in your territory, and Roy comes up with that interception. And I think that just changes everything.
Huge. It helped us win the middle 8, and so we won the last 4 minutes of the first half and the first 4 of the second half, even though we didn't score like we should have in the first drive of the first half, best I can remember. But we won the middle 8, and that gave us a chance to stay 8 points ahead of for a while until we hit that field goal.
Yeah, if you guys go down 21-7 at the half, that's or 20-7 or whatever the math is, but that's tough to climb out of on the road.
It's always tough. Yeah, no doubt about it. It's tough to come out of there, and that's why it's a complete game, I think, by our offense, defense, and special teams, and really proud of how the kids battled. A lot of mistakes to clean up, a lot of things to fix, but in the end, we got the W.
Yeah, you brought Deshaun in from Purdue, and he said he won the job in training camp, and 3 touchdowns in his first game as a Colonel.
Yeah, he played well. Ran hard. I think what you saw on the one run, I think it was about a 20, 15 when we got the personal foul down there on the goal line. You saw his speed too. He's got deceptive speed. He's a powerful runner, and he started finding his legs through the halves. And as the game went on, I thought our offensive line started doing a better job in the second half.
Yeah, the defense gave up almost 500 yards of total offense, but I mean it's bend and don't break. You had 2 big interceptions. You limit the first 2 drives to field goals instead of touchdowns, and so you give up a lot of yards, but if you don't get up points, it doesn't matter.
Coach Kidd told me a long time ago, the only stat that matters is the W. So we'll continue to work on that. We've got a lot of things to clean up, but just happy for our guys.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Coach, for taking the time to talk to us. And just kind of recap some stats here. Mo Edwards Jr. had a touchdown catch in also his first game as a Colonel. Parker McKinney, the quarterback, was a very efficient 20 of 28 for 238 yards with 1 touchdown and 1 interception. And like I said, Roy Baker had the big interception, and Deshaun Hewitt had 3 rushing touchdowns. And afterwards, we also got a chance to talk to Deshaun and Roy.
Roy, man, they were up, I think it was 13-7. They were driving in deep in your territory. It was your interception was a huge momentum change in this game. Just talk about that play, what you saw, and kind of what the feeling was there before when they were driving.
We know it was a long drive. I think it was like a 10-play drive. I was getting tired, but Coach Johnson made a great call for us. And I was reading the quarterback eyes. He was looking at me the whole time, and I just jumped the ball. Almost scored, but ran out of gas at the end. But yeah.
Yeah, like I said, that moment though, the momentum was really kind of building. And if you guys had gone in down 21-7 or 20-7 or something, that would have been hard to overcome.
Yeah. With our defense, we just got to keep on, just keep on attacking. That's all we got to think about. Attack. We don't ever look at the scoreboard, like Coach Wells said. Don't ever look at the scoreboard, because at the end of the day, it's 0-0 every quarter. We got to win each quarter.
Deshaun couldn't really get much going anybody offensively on the ground in the first half, but you guys kept pounding at it, and you didn't abandon the run. You guys hit some big pass plays, which opened up the running attack. So just talk about how the running game opened up in the second half.
We knew coming out that they were going to twist a lot. We really didn't know what to expect with the new defensive coordinator, but we know he likes to tend towards a lot of twists and stuff. So first half, we was trying to fill them out, figure it out, and then by halftime, we kind of knew what they were going to do. So I couldn't be as more patient in the backfield towards the second half. I had to kind of hit the hole.
Yeah, both of you, obviously, first game as Colonels. I guess you had an interception at Buffalo, right? So
yep.
two career interceptions.
Yep.
And first 3 college touchdowns for you. I guess you didn't score at Purdue, right?
No, sir.
No, so we're just talking about that's still pretty good, obviously.
Yeah.
Like I said, how have you adapted to this offense? And obviously, you won the job at running back as a starter. And how do you feel about camp and coming into the season opener?
Honestly, camp went well because of the way we practice. We practice with 2 spots, so I got a lot of reps. And as I'm getting a lot of reps, I'm able to learn the offense quicker.
Yeah. And Roy, the defense gave up almost 500 yards of offense, but obviously the only number that matters is the one on the scoreboard there, and they only had 28 points, and so really big, only limiting them to field goals on those first 2 drives, and then coming up with 2 interceptions.
Yeah. Well, with that, we just need to focus more on the run game and underneath coverage. That was kind of hurting us a lot this game, so I know Coach Johnson is going to get us right with the underneath coverage, our run defense. I feel like our pass defense was pretty good today. So. Yeah.
I'm sure you were on the field. You were probably watching from the sidelines. What's going through your mind as they line up for that really long field goal there at the end?
Just don't make it. I just pray and don't make it.
I had faith in us.
Yeah.
56 yards is a long way.
Yeah, long way.
All right, well, congratulations on your first win.
Thank you, sir.
Guys.
Thank you, guys. EKU defense did give up over 500 yards of total offense, but they came up with 2 big interceptions. And like we said earlier, they limited 2 drives early to field goals instead of touchdowns. And it's a huge win for EKU. Obviously, season openers win, is obviously big any season, but going into a new conference, a lot of new exciting things around here. It's a really good thing for them to keep the excitement going and build off of that. And they will return to action on Saturday at Louisville. So a big challenge coming there. So EKU football was the only football we had to talk about this week, unfortunately. All 3 high school teams here in Madison County were scheduled to play Friday night, but the situation we're in with health and safety protocols limited that. We were supposed to have Madison Southern at Madison Central. Madison Southern canceled that game very early in the week, and then Madison Central was looking for another game and then also had some issues in their program, so they decided to go ahead and not play. And Berea Community was all set to play at Adair County on Friday night, but Berea community, actually the whole entire school was shut down for the rest of the week, and so that means no extracurricular activities. So as of now, and we say this Sunday evening, Madison Central is supposed to host South Laurel on Friday night for their senior night. Madison Southern is supposed to host Lafayette, and Berea community will be at Caverna on Saturday, September the 11th. So we had some exciting high school soccer action across the county this week. We'll start off with Tuesday night over in Richmond in a driving rainstorm. It was the old bitter rivals, Madison Central and Madison Southern, teeing it up on the turf field over at Madison Central, and it was Madison Central picking up a 1-0 victory. Only goal was by Gavin O'Shea, and it was one of the it was one of the prettiest goals you'll ever see. It was off Sam Hughes center corner. It was headed up into the air, and Gavin kind of half bicycled it out of the air. Just beautiful goal, far side of the net, and that was the only goal of the game. Nolan Yance picked up the shutout win in goal for Central as they stayed undefeated on the season. And afterwards, we got a chance to talk to Gavin O'Shea and Nolan Yance.
We are here at Madison Central High School where the Indians have picked up a 1-0 victory over district rival Madison Southern here tonight. That's Gavin O'Shea with the only goal of the game, and that's Nolan Yance with the shutout in goal. And Gavin, we've seen you score some pretty goals in your career, but that one is right up there with it. Off a corner. Who sent you the corner, and kind of walk us through that play?
So Sam Hughes put in the corner, and it got sent back across the box, and the Southern player just happened to hit it perfect. Came straight back to me. I saw it coming, just was lucky to get it.
Yeah, it wasn't a full-on bicycle, but it was close, right?
Not a full-on bike. It was pretty cool, though.
It was pretty cool, yeah. And Nolan, I mean, you came in this year from West Jessamine, your first experience with this rivalry, and I think you saw how intense it is.
It was awesome. Like, coming from East and West, like, it's usually just one-sided the entire time. Like, West always wins, so it's always good to have a good challenge and feel the energy of the night. Was really great.
Yeah. And Gavin, these games are always tight, and you guys, I think, scored at least 4 goals in every game this year, so they were able to hold you to 1. So they did some good things against you defensively. Kind of what did you see as their game plan defensively against you?
As their game plan?
Yeah.
I definitely think they're a good team, but it seemed like they sat back a lot, sort of forced us to stay outside the box and shoot from farther distances. So happy to take advantage of a set piece.
Yeah, I mean, these are miserable conditions, but I guess that both teams have to play in. Have you ever played in conditions like this before?
I've definitely played in conditions like this. It's just the rain doesn't help the skip at all. It's because you shoot from outside the box. It could go in. You never know because the bounce is just unreadable. How fast it comes. So it's just you got to be on your toes and expect and hopefully put yourself in a good position to catch the ball.
And the keeper, I guess you got to keep those gloves dry, right? As well as best you can.
Yeah.
All right. Well, 8-0 on the year, so you guys keep on rolling. So how you feel about where you guys are at right now?
I think we're definitely on a positive. I would say we keep the energy going Thursday against Montgomery County and move on from there.
All right. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Then on Thursday, Madison Central, who is the number 4 ranked team in the state, according to Max Preps, went up to North Oldham to play the number 3 ranked team in the state, and another great game. North Oldham got a goal in the second half, but with about 3 minutes left, it was Chris LaGrange who evened it up, and the Indians ended up battling to a 1-1 tie with 2 of the best teams in the state right there. So Madison Central 8-0-1 on the season, and they will look to keep that going this week. Now Madison Southern, after that loss to Central, also bounced back Thursday with a nice win. They defeated Estill County 6-1 at home. On Thursday evening, it was Jace Dewerson with 3 goals. As far as other boys soccer action, Berea and Model were in the 11th Region All-A this week, and unfortunately both of them suffered losses. Model fell to LCA 8-3, and Berea lost to Sayre 4-0. On the girls' side, we also had the Central Southern game on Tuesday night, only half in a rainstorm. It didn't rain for the first half, but it certainly did in the second half. And every time these teams play, it is a close, hard-fought game. And for the 15th straight time, we had a game between these two teams that was decided by either 1 goal or a shootout. And we actually didn't have a goal in this game. We went through regulation and 2 5-minute overtimes with no goals being scored. It went to a shootout, and it was Madison Southern picking up the 5-3 win in the shootout. And it was exciting, that's for sure. It was Claire Kress had she kicked in the 5th and final goal, and also earned the win in net. Madison Southern converted all 5 of their penalty kicks. Madison Central had 1 miss, which was the difference in the game. And afterwards, we had a chance to talk to goalie Claire Kress and her mother, Madison Southern coach Katie Kress.
All right, we're here at Madison Central High School where the Madison Southern Lady Eagles have just beat the Lady Indians in a shootout.
That's Coach Katie Kress. That's Claire Kress, the goalkeeper. Claire, this is like the 15th straight time in this rivalry that's been decided by one goal or a shootout. So you've been around this program your entire life. I guess you had to expect there's going to be another close game.
Yeah, it was a close game. Those girls are good, and so are we. It really just depends. Whoever's having the best game that night, I mean, we know it's always going to come out and everybody's going to play tough, play their best game of the season in this game, this rivalry. But that's what makes it special. It's even more special that, you know, we're fighting to the death when we're out there on the field, but after the game we're over here hugging our teammates from the other team. You know, enemies for a minute and friends forever.
Well, Claire, it's only your second year on the varsity, but you've been in a whole bunch of these shootouts the last couple of years, and you also take kicks in it too as well. So kind of, what is your focus when you go in there, both when you're in the net and when you're on the line?
I don't come here to lose. I'm a beast, and I'll do whatever it takes to win.
Is it? I mean, especially in the net. When it comes to being in the goal in a shootout, you just kind of have to guess. But you kind of have premonitions, or how do you approach each shooter? Do you have some kind of idea what they're going to do, or?
Really, just you go up there and you pick where you think they're going to go, and you just go no matter what. Probably misguessed on a couple of those, but it turned out in our favor tonight, so that was okay.
Yeah, and of course, there's probably a pretty good chance you guys will see them again in a couple of weeks in the district championship.
Absolutely.
So. All right. Well, congratulations on a rainy night here in Richmond.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
And on Thursday, after beating Madison Central, Madison Southern went to 8-0 with a 3-0 win on the road over Garrett County. And that was Rebecca Christopher with 2 goals and an assist in that game. Now, Madison Central did bounce back from that loss to Madison Southern also as well. On Wednesday, they went up to Franklin County and picked up a 2-0 win. That was Maddie Eads and Natalie Connect, both with a goal. Same story on the girls' side as the boys' side in the All-A 11th Region Tournament, unfortunately. Berea and Model both fell. Both fell to LCA last week. It was Berea Community losing 8-0 to LCA and Model losing 3-1. In high school volleyball action, we had another 44th District rivalry matchup on Tuesday as well. In Richmond, it was Madison Southern at Madison Central. And for the first time in almost 2 years, Madison Central came up with a win against their biggest rivals. The Lady Indians snapped a 6-game losing streak to the Lady Eagles with a 3-0 win in Richmond, 25-13, 25-19, 25-7. It was Sophie Hiles with 8 kills and Kristen Osborne with 6 kills and 13 assists. And that was Madison Southern's first loss of the season. And this weekend, Madison Central, after picking up that rivalry victory, went over to the Woodford County Invitational and picked up 3 wins over there as well. Now, Madison Southern, after that tough loss, bounced right back as well. They were at home on Thursday against district rival Model, and they rolled to a 3-0 win. It was 25-9, 25-2, 25-11. It was Kayla Atkins with a school record 15 aces. And after the game, we had a chance to talk to Coach Jeremy Grant and Kayla Atkins.
We are here at Madison Southern High School where the Lady Eagles have picked up a 3-0 win over Model. That's Coach Jeremy Grant. That's Kayla Atkins. And Coach, you guys obviously had a tough district loss on Tuesday, but the girls seemed in high spirits. So you're having a lot of fun out there tonight and a big victory.
Yeah, that's Tuesday definitely was not our best performance. So yesterday we spent some time kind of talking about our mindset, spent some time as a group just kind of trying to get on the same page, had a good practice, and then that's kind of the key tonight. It was like, let's go out and have fun. We did some different things, had some different lineups, did some people in some different places, just trying to keep the energy up and have fun.
Okay, lots of smiles out there tonight, lots of fun.
Yeah.
And what was you guys obviously took his words to advice to heart, I guess.
Yeah, we definitely, that was the most fun I think most of the girls had like this season yet.
Yeah. And tell me, 15 aces, that's a single game record for the school, so what do you think about that?
I mean, I'm happy about it, of course.
Was something you thought about at all, or?
No, I didn't think I was going to be able to do that probably in one game.
Yeah. Okay. We'll kind of talk about, like Coach said there, just rebounding back from a tough district loss.
Yeah, I mean, it was a really tough loss, and I feel like we just regrouped and talked about our mindset and everything, and it really helped, and I think we have a positive outlook now for the rest of the season.
Yeah, Coach, like you were telling me the other day, you obviously have Julia Bingham out. You also have some other kids out with some COVID-related issues. And,
yeah.
So you had to move people around, do different things, and so you're kind of trying to work through all this and with kind of I don't want to say makeshift lineup, but
yeah. Well, you're trying to put Band-Aids on, and then you realize, like, well, you put a Band-Aid over here, you need a Band-Aid over there. So kind of figured out some things that work and don't work, and so we're still going to tweak some things. But I mean, it's hard between injuries and quarantines and everything, and everybody's struggling with it. But that's the good thing I think about these girls. They have a really good mindset, and it's kind of like, hey, I need you to go do this. Okay, whatever. So I think just being able to kind of work through some things here early in the season, I think we've kind of figured out some things we need to try, and we'll be good as we're kind of moving into this second half of the season.
All right. Well, congratulations.
Thanks
guys.
In girls golf action, the Madison Central Lady Indians were at the Gene Hillen Invitational Saturday at Juniper Hills, and they shot a 304 and placed second, just one shot behind Sacred Heart. It was Elizabeth Eberly shooting an even par 72 and tying for second. Abby Buchanan and Lydia Harrell both at plus 577s and tied for ninth. The Madison Central boys golf team finished fifth on Saturday at the Trinity Shamrock Invitational. It was Clay Pendergrass with a plus 375 tied for 10th. Hayden Walsh with a plus 476 and Warren Thomas with a plus 577. In cross-country news, it was Madison Central's Brady Masters and Kiara O'Shea sweeping the titles on Saturday evening at the City Auto Memphis Twilight Cross Country Classic. Brady posted a time of 15:29.09, and Kiara went 17:47.99, which was more than a minute faster than anybody else on the course. So once again, we say it every week, those two kids seem to win every week, and that was a regional match against kids not just from Kentucky but from all around the area. So congratulations to those kids. So, all right, well, here in just a minute we will have Colton Combs and Kent Lewis from the EKU bass fishing team on to talk about their program and EKU's club sports as well. So we'll be right back after this.
Do you want to sponsor the weekly Richmond Register Sports Show? Contact the Richmond Register, richmondregister.com, and of course on Facebook or Twitter. Get the Richmond Register directly to your mailbox or get the app online and visit richmondregister.com.
Hi, my name is Chuck Mizzarandino. I'm with the Director of Operations of the IHOP. I'm here to present you with the second week for the Dunbar game for the IHOP Pancake Block of the Week. And this is Ando Mitchell. Congratulations. That comes with free pancakes for a year and then a gift card so you can bring your families. Great blocks this week. Yes, sir.
The Richmond Register Sports Show is brought to you by MetroNet, superfast internet, simply a better connection. Central Kentucky Pressure Washing, Total Comfort, heating and air conditioning. Let Total Comfort keep you cool or warm this winter. Call for service or for a free replacement quote. And by kymedia.net, digital media solutions on your terms.
Thanks, Nathan. Hey, I just wanted to thank you for inviting us on the show. One of the things that we want to discuss today really is talk about a little bit about EKU club sports. And if you haven't known, I believe there's 13 club sports within the EKU club sports arena. And I mean, there's archery, I think there's baseball, there's hockey, and then one of the sports that we have, I should say, is the EKU Bass Fishing Club. All right, and so today we have Colton Combs with us, who's the president of the EKU Bass Fishing Club, and just wanted to get together and talk a little bit about what is the Bass Fishing Club, Colton?
Well, Kent, Bass Fishing Club is all about anglers in college wanting to get out and go fish tournaments competitively at every single level, pretty much. What we fish mostly is BASS, MLF, and collegiate tournaments, but for ourselves, we host our own tournaments. So we actually have
So those own tournaments, just elaborate a little bit. Are those, now, first, you talked about MLF and BASS. Mm-hmm. What are those, right? I mean, none of these people know, what does that mean?
The BASS, MLF, and collegiate they put on their own tour for college anglers. And we get to fish against every single college around the United States pretty much. And that some have different divisions, like MLF has Southwestern, Southeastern, Northern, all these different divisions so that different colleges can fish each division. And they're at area lakes like Alabama, you got Gunnersville, Pickwick, all those. South Carolina, we had one at Hartwell this past spring. So just going around fishing against other colleges pretty much.
Is MLF, what I mean, is that like mini lakes I like to fish? I don't even know what that means.
No, MLF stands for Major League Fishing.
Okay.
And the MLF Major League Fishing College Series is hosted by Abu Garcia, and every year they put on tournaments in the fall and the spring. All of our BASS tournaments, they go through the springtime, and we have a national championship every single August, I believe, right before school starts. And that's what I fished all last year in the springtime. Fished every single tournament. I think our best finish was top 32 at Lay Lake in Alabama. But we did not qualify for the national championship. But I'm just a sophomore now, and luckily being able to be president, get more information from a lot of different people and get out and go fish more.
And then just a little bit of history about the bass club at EKU. I mean, it's been at least pretty decent, right? I mean, you started in 2005, was the first ever team with an EKU. Now it's recognized as a club sport. Correct. And then in 2010, gentlemen's names, do you remember Tyler
Mobley and I forgot the other guy's name. I know Tyler comes in the store a lot. So.
Yeah, so they won the 2010 National Bass Championship, right?
Correct.
And so that was pretty exciting for EKU. Yep. And then I think you've been able to send at least one or two teams to the national championship since then as well every year.
This past year we had David Gadd and Mason Moore. They're both seniors. They fished the national championship up in St. Lawrence River, New York. The year before that we had Christopher LeMaster, Chase Terry, and Josh Boone and Leighton Hensley go and fish Grand Lake, Oklahoma for the MLF National Championship.
Now you say New York, Oklahoma, right? I've heard you say Alabama, Tennessee. So you guys are just traveling all over the place. And because it's a club sport, you get some funds from EKU because a lot of the funds that you earn, percentage goes back to the EK Sports as a whole.
Correct.
But what you're looking at is saying, look at all these tournaments I'm going to go to, and I could imagine, right? There's boat gas money, there's gas money for the truck, and so forth. Is that kind of why you're doing?
Yes. So last year, I paid all out of pocket for most of my tournaments, of course. But last year, we also weren't really in with the school as much as we are now. So now the school takes care of all of our funds. 10% goes back to school with whatever money that we win on these tournaments. And so we have to gain sponsors. That helps us a whole lot. We try to get local sponsors and like bass fishing sponsors, like name brand baits or bait companies. But we have fundraisers as well. We have our fundraisers are mostly our tournaments that we host, which we pay back about 80% of our entry fee, and we keep 10% for the school. So it's mostly our fundraisers, and so that we can get through this year and going into our spring semester.
Great. So tell us a little about tournaments. I know one is already going on, so tell us about the 3 opportunities that anybody can fish these?
Correct. They are all open to anybody, 2 people per boat, $100 entry fee for each boat. Anybody can fish them. It's just a chance for all of our college anglers to get out, fish against locals, fish against high school anglers, everything like that. Our tournaments coming up are Harrington Lake on October 3rd. All of our tournaments are on Sunday. This is mainly to get out of Saturday traffic and Friday classes, whoever's got something going on. And after Harrington Lake, you have Lake Cumberland on November 21st. We scheduled that date because there's also a South Central tournament going on, so you can fish both South Central and our tournament as well. And then on December 12th, we have Laurel Lake going out of Grove Marina. We just transferred that over. Information's on our Facebook. Our Facebook is EKU Bass Fishing Team. We also have an Instagram, EKU Bass Team, or Bass Fishing, sorry. So you can find out any information on there. Our payouts, like I said, they're on our form, but they're based on however many boats we have in a tournament. If we have 10 or less boats, we only pay first and second, but 10 or more boats, we'll pay first, second, and third. And it's always going to be a $250 big bass, and that's from different sponsors that we get just for big bass. And so anytime that you get that, or you get big bass, you get $250. My contact information is on these flyers. My phone number is 859-967-7173. David Gadd is our vice president. He's not here today, but he's out fishing Green River right now.
He's not here?
No, he's not here.
Okay, just checking.
He might be. David Gadd's phone number is 859-358-3274. And we both give you as much information as we can give. And we'll try to tell you all anything about the lakes that we're going to, marinas we're going to, boat ramp fees, anything like that.
So that's awesome. So as the coach of the EKU Bass Club, right, which I didn't mention that earlier, but I did it on purpose. So the things that just the other options is that you need product. You need rods, reels, baits, all these different lakes. And so one of the things that sponsors can come in if they don't want to fish a tournament or they want to help out the EKU club sports team, I highly encourage you to come and you can get a spot on the jersey like these, right? So you can do like the Cain Pole logo, Dove Design, BSS, right? We have all kinds of different sponsors come in. You can buy a spot on the jersey that helps the team out. You could even not even worry about the jersey and buy just product and donate product to the team through the Cain Pole, for example. So there's a lot of opportunity for you to help out here. Maybe it's just food. Maybe it's sponsoring a hotel on a trip. Maybe it's sponsoring a gas card. Any of those types of things are a great help to you guys that are traveling and especially raising the money to go. Because, I mean, it's an expensive sport, right?
Mm-hmm. Very.
A lot of guys don't think, but the truck hauling a boat, you don't get a lot of good gas mileage, and you can't use a hybrid car to haul your boat, can you?
No.
So
it wouldn't go very far.
So, but hey, man, tell just a little bit of information about getting. If I'm a college student, if I want to be a part of the Bass Club, like I don't even know how. Do I have to have a boat? Do I maybe have a boat? What is all this about?
You do not have to have a boat. We recommend you have somewhat experience in tournament angling. If you do not have a boat and you have experience, I will do my best to get you out there on the water. But most of our anglers, they're all full-time EKU students. They have to have their EKU ID, EKU email, have at least 12 credit hours, I believe, during the semester to fish for us. And we've had different rules made, kind of like a GPA rules, things like that. But really, it's all about just being an EKU student and being able to fish. Like we have a boy he's a sophomore, he's 17 years old, and he's able to fish for us just because he's an EKU student.
Right. So. And you got some from California, a lot of locals, Georgetown, Scott County, and so forth.
I'm from Scott County. We got a boy from California who just moved over here. He's a sophomore as well, and this is his first year fishing, so he's out fishing every single week trying to get out there. We got boys we got Berea locals. We have my partner, he's from Florence, Kentucky. Most of our anglers are from Florence. We have a few from Ohio. Last year, even, we had one from Maryland.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Well, listen, Colton, I want to thank you for coming on today. Just talk a little bit about, and for those out there that are watching, bass fishing is not the only club sport at EKU. Certainly there are a multitude of sports, and so they all need help. So I highly encourage you, if you are interested in one of those sports or helping those teams out, I ask you to just you can contact Kyle Reese and learn the different sports there at EKU. He's over all the club sports. So thanks again for coming on. Tell us, highlighting and educate just a little bit about bass fishing at EKU, and we wish you the best of luck this year.
You.
Back to you, Nathan.
Well, thanks, Kent. I was out of town this weekend covering EKU football, so I really do appreciate Kent stepping in and doing that interview for us and helping us out. So really appreciate that. And we appreciate you watching the show this week. And a lot of good stuff to report on, and we'll be back next week. And as always, check out our social media sites. They are full of good information, pictures, videos, scores, stats, all kinds of good stuff. Richmond R Sports on Twitter, Register Sports on Facebook, and richmondregister.com. Have a great week.
Do you want to sponsor the weekly Richmond Register Sports Show? Contact the Richmond Register, richmondregister.com, and of course on Facebook or Twitter. The Richmond Register Sports Show is brought to you by MetroNet, superfast internet, simply a better connection. Central Kentucky Pressure Washing, Total Comfort, heating and air conditioning. Let Total Comfort keep you cool or warm this winter. Call for service or for a free replacement quote. And by kymedia.net, digital media solutions on your terms. Thanks for watching the Richmond Register Sports Show. For more information about all things sports in Madison County, log on to richmondregister.com or on Twitter. And like us, Register Sports on Facebook. Get the Richmond Register directly to your mailbox or get the app online and visit richmondregister.com.